live. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. But there's an issue. I have a slight problem, and it's one I hope you're gonna help me fix right here and right now. My sound sucks. So I usually try to find the sound of the day, so the one that inspires me for the day, and couldn't find one today. So I figured, since I have this new setup where you actually can hear the amp using a real microphone and not just my iPhone microphone, I figured we could do this stuff together. We can help each other out. So how do I make my sound not suck? Maybe that can be a helpful topic for other people. So let's see what we have here. Don't get me wrong, the signal chain seems fine now, but it's just that, I don't know, it's a little bright, maybe too much distortion. It's like it's neither shred nor blues. Hey Liam, what's up? Long time no see. Liam, I think you were a regular, all-time regular. Yeah, so I don't know. There's something needs fixing. Juno from Facebook, what's up? So I'm mixing the stream. It's a multi-stream, so I'll be speaking to Instagram, Clayson, what's up? And I'll be speaking to Facebook and YouTube, and I'll try to make it somewhat clear which one I'm speaking to. Are you using an amp? Yes, new. I am using an amp, so I can show you the amp here. This is the Mesa Boogie Mark V amp, and it's an plugged with a SM57 phone. Sorry, microphone. I just said the last part of the word. So that's what you're hearing. Let's engage the thick switch. That's pretty cool. Let's EQ. We have an EQ pedal here as well. I use it from time to time. Ooh, damn, Mesa Boogie, yeah. Cleason, what's up? You know what? We're gonna do this. Maybe we can try the sound in context instead, because sometimes, you know, you spend a lot of time dialing in a sound just for it to work on its own, but what you really want is the sound to work over some kind of music. So let's see if we can find that some kind of music here. As usual, I'm gonna start actually with my own backing tracks on my own channel, my YouTube channel. That seems to have been that seems to be the most inspiring recipe for me these days. So this one. Hola Ramon. So yeah, let's see if we can find a cool lead tone over this backing track. Russell, what's up? Cool I am. So this is in D minor. So I'll skip the reverb, and instead what I'm going to do is have some delay. So I'm using the, I don't know if you can see this white pedal. No, you can't. Here's my pedal board. So I'm using this white pedal for delay. It's the Halo Andy Timmons delay. It's better now. So I disengage the thick switch, It sounds kind of big, but it's hard to fit that in. I wonder if the whole mix is maybe a bit loud. Let's see here. How are we doing now? Let's see. Oh, it's very wet. This is live, Colin, for sure. Doesn't seem live to you? Jonathan from Facebook, awesome. Make me say wow is here, awesome. Long time no see, man. Yes, this is live. It's pretty okay. Let's turn up the backing track a little bit. Can you guys hear me when I speak? I'm experimenting a little bit here with some different setups, so I'm never really sure what's gonna work. Oops. A little loud, but you just gotta play with it. So everything is loud, or is it just like the guitar is too loud? Oh, Russell, you like the delay. Yeah, there's a big difference. I can try turning it on and off and you can hear the difference. But it's a little bit too much, I think. Without it, very dry. Is it just me, or is it like piercing your ears, super bright? Reverb not needed. So you think we need reverb and not delay? That's an interesting one. Oops, what happened there? Oh, there we go. My mixer is a little bit glitchy. Okay, so here's some reverb instead. I'm just gonna tune. So Photograph Herken is on Instagram is saying reverb needed, not delay. So now we're trying some reverb here. Sounds pretty cool, but I still think we need a little bit of delay, but we can turn down the delay. Well, this is better, isn't it? Oh, what happened now? Turning down the guitar a little bit here. Or maybe we can do this instead. I think it's a little bit loud in the room as well. I think it sounds like there's too much of some reverb, but maybe it's because I'm hearing the amp in the room. I think it's a little bit on the bright side as well. Master of Puppets, how am I going to fit that in? Just play with whatever sounds good to you. But it doesn't sound good to me, that's the problem. So I'm asking you. I think I'm going to turn off the reverb again. just testing the microphone here. Adriel, got a super chat. Thank you, man. I just gotta turn off the backing track. It's like I'm hearing. So, sorry, man. I don't know how to play any of that stuff. At least not good. Wonderwall. You know, sorry. Maybe there's a bit too much sound coming out of this microphone. Let me see if I can. If I can. Ah, that's it. I think this microphone is kept taking up a lot of the guitar sound. That might be what's bothering me. Who knows? Use one of your expensive guitar. I think this one is in the top range. This is an American Fender Deluxe. I don't have any extremely expensive, so this is probably one of the more expensive ones. You don't like it? All your other vids sound great though. Oh, but are you thinking about the shorts? So they're a bit different because I do them a cappella and I always start with a sound here. So I don't record one of those videos unless I have a good sound. But here I wanted to go live, but I couldn't find the sound. You see my point? So maybe that's why. Sir, you give sponsors simple guitar, sir. What does that mean? Sorry, mate. So there's a lot of song requests, but I suck at songs. Sorry, Adriel. Haven't played songs for like decades, so I'm really bad at them. I wish I was good at them. I wish I were good at them, because then I could play all these requests. But I'm not. I'm really crappy at them. Okay, so I'm gonna try maybe to turn things down. I think maybe it's this one. This one. Maybe I should put it on my glasses or something. Turn it down a little bit here. Well, let's see one more time here. Just give me a second. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna switch this microphone off and use another one, because I think maybe the small one is catching too much from the room and it sounds a bit crappy. So my voice is gonna disappear for a little while. Or actually I can show you what I'm using now. I'm using a wireless solution, which is pretty cool. So I'm not blaming it on the wireless. It's just that I think this condenser microphone, it catches a lot of stuff in the room, whereas this is a directional microphone and it's just gonna catch my voice. That's the plan. We'll see if that works. Okay. Okay, now it still sounds hopefully okay. I hope you can still hear me. Awesome. Okay, yeah. So let's try it now, see if there's less. I think it's better now. I don't know if you can hear the difference. I think actually the condenser phone mic was the problem. So I probably want to be a little bit careful with that. Fear God! Hörs väldigt bra. Nice, you like the sound. That's awesome, man. So, yes, this is a Strat Choco. It's a Fender Strat, for sure. I think this is better. Let's try it now. I think this is better, much better. So are levels okay to you, or should it be a bit louder to you? I wish I could see, well, I can see a little bit. I'm gonna turn it up. Okay, let's see now. I think it's still... This is better. So now we can actually turn on the reverb again, because someone on Instagram asked me for more reverb, and I thought there was already too much, but that's because we have the ugly room reverb going on. This is pretty good. I think I'm gonna turn. Wendy's saying, the problem is in the mustache, no power. Yeah, there was a lot of power in the mustache. You probably should get it back. I can turn up the delay a little bit now that we got rid of the other issue. Barry, love watching you. Thanks so much, Barry from Facebook and Tennessee. Oh, Pavel is asking a very flattering question. How should you do to play like me? First of all, maybe you don't even want to play like me. It's not that cool. It's better to play like you, right? And I think you can play like you pretty good, much better than I could. And that's my point. Is it's always smart to kind of embrace your try to get better at what you do. It's a little dangerous to just look at others and see what they do. And the best way to get better at being you is to play the stuff you love. So if you love listening to my stuff, that would be very flattering. Then you can learn that. But if you just want to be able to play the guitar, then the best is to start by learning, your favorite riffs, licks, and solos that you love listening to, because you're going to play those a lot. And if there are songs you love, but you haven't learned yet, those are going to be your golden ticket to being really skilled, But let's, for a second, pretend that I'm actually one of your favorite guitarists. Then what you would do is to try to be very analytical and break down my style on almost like a granular level. So in other words, try to think of, are there specific traits of this guitarist, of this Christopher Dahl dude, that are unique? Maybe it's like a combination of techniques. One thing I do a lot is like hybrid picking with it works better with a better gain. So in other words, I like the combination of staccato, so notes that kind of hit hard and that are isolated, you know, like that in combination with legato, like this. And I think that's a cool contrast. And that's maybe something you could try to isolate from my style and think of, well, maybe I can kind of borrow that concept as well. So maybe I can do tick 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 tick. You know, that's just an example. But and the way I choose to play this is like in the pentatonic scale. I would do the staccato notes with both hammer-ons for nowhere. So that and the hybrid picking. That gives you a very powerful staccato combination. And what I do in between is just hammer-ons, right? So you get... but then there are other things you could probably break away from my style. Not that unique, but I do play like bluesy, SRV-ish stuff, and a lot of times with maybe a bit more gain than he would, and that's not unique in any way. That's your average heavy metal solo in a way, you know, but it also depends which specific SRV licks you're using. So I like the, one, two, yeah, those are 16th notes. So that's how I try to break down. If I hear like a beat subdivision that sounds cool, you know, and it's fast and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could try to slow it down. So you know, if we put all that together, it doesn't work over this track. We need something faster. This is 95 BPM. Let's try this one. There you have it, that tick 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 tick. And then maybe we can throw in some 16th notes. So that's a little bit fast, but basically your so for an E minor it would be 14, 15, 14, 12. I'm tuned down a half step, so it sounds a little bit different, but 14, 15, 12. Those are your 4 notes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then mix that with another pattern. And just this morning I put up shorts using this concept. So actually on the acoustic guitar, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm mixing 2 different patterns here and improvising around with them. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one of them. And I'm using 14, 15, 14, 12 for that. And then we can mix that with slightly different. So it's like 14, 12, 15. So it's like, and the trick here is, of course, to practice these in isolation and get really good at them so that your muscle memory can do them. And that's when you can start combining the licks. So we can try a little bit of that. So basically, a lot of the stuff you'll be hearing now are just short patterns, but that I'm comfortable enough with them to combine them. Ho. Where's that freaking noise coming from? Ho. Don't know what that is, but we can't hear it now. So I don't know if that makes sense. Just a little bit of the thought process behind when you analyze someone's style and some specific examples. You know, it's a big topic, and there are many different ways you could do it, of course. So, but yeah. Oh, that's an interesting question. Aren't you afraid that the guitar will fall off your lap? You don't have a guitar strap. Well, I'm sitting, right? So why it shouldn't really fall, you know? Of course, if I'm doing other things, it might fall, but as you can tell, I'm kind of locking it in here in my, what's it called? My armhole. But, you know, most of the time I'm holding it, so it's not a big, but if I were standing, yeah, it would fall for sure. Oh, belated happy birthday. Thank you, Gorgie. Thank you so much for remembering. It was my birthday yesterday. Oh, and I missed a million comments on Instagram because it stopped scrolling. Sorry, Instagram guys, I missed a lot of comments. While learning these licks, should we focus on sound and practice at a tempo? Speed comes eventually. Should we push for speed? Good questions from Instagram there. Blessings from Colombia. I wish I knew what that sound is. That's a hell of a noise coming in. Okay. Maybe the mixer. Anyhow, so yeah, how do you go about the speed? So there are different people, both on YouTube and Instagram, asking the same thing right now. How do we think about the speed, and how should we practice that? And that's, of course, a very relevant question. Not the well, considering how many people get that wrong, right? Because if you just make the quick analysis of like a shredder or something, the biggest thing is going to be, wow, he or she plays fast, right? So you're tempted to think, well, if I'm going to imitate that, the first thing I should do is try playing fast. And if you go about it that way, it's the wrong order, and it's going to have the opposite effect. You're probably going to push yourself to play fast before you're ready, and that's going to have some very consequential negative impacts. Oh, now I know why we had noise. I'm always learning. It's good. No noise now, thank you. So we got rid of the noise. We can be happy again. Happy campers. Are we charging? That's a different topic. So yeah, no noise, much happier. So the way you would go about dealing with speed is to here's the thing. You can't say in general that it's good to practice, very slowly, like below your comfort speed, and you can't say in general that you should try to push speed. The reality is more nuanced than that, and that's often the way it is when learning something, or anything in life is nuanced. If someone's trying to give you simple truths, they're probably lying, or they don't know what they're talking about. So here's the deal. We got to play slowly in order to play fast. That's how you teach your muscles and your body everything. But you can't play slowly without trying to kind of replicate the movements you would use when playing fast. Because reality is, when you're picking, you would use a very different technique than when you're picking slowly. It's very different from playing fast, and there's a good reason for that. It can sound very good, for example, I don't know, whatever. If you have a big movement, you get a lot of attack, and That's useful, but it isn't that useful if your goal is to do that kind of thing, because for that, you need to try to minimize your movements, right? So, if you want to imitate someone who's playing really fast, then you gotta also imitate that person's finger and hand movements. That's the number one thing. So you can't be practicing slowly like this, where the hand is going like that, and expect it to somehow magically convert to that, you know? You're gonna have to practice slowly like this, with the small movement, right? You can't practice like this and think that you're gonna get to there, you know? That's the number one thing. So slowly, with the right movement, is already a very good start. But if you do spend a lot of time practicing slowly, you should also try speed bursts occasionally to kind of teach your body what it's going to be like to play fast, or give your body a sense of where you're going at. So my recommendation would be like maybe play 70 to 90% of your time slowly, and the rest you can try pushing speed. If you do it the other way around, you're going to sound horrible. Let's just be honest with this. If you're trying to push speed like 80% of the time you're practicing, you're just going to tense up and it's going to sound really bad. So it's all about being relaxed. That's important. Let's try it a little bit. Gorgie, I'm using AKG K240, I think. Yeah, AKG K240. They are very common. Lots of nice comments on Instagram. Thank you so much for the kind words. Now another thing, if you want to get into the details of the stuff I'm doing, is a lot of times I'm doing hybrid picking, right? So that's going to be super important, even if I'm not doing that, like the staccato lick I showed you. You know, I just like to, when I use the hybrid fingers, it basically allows me to go into patterns that would be very annoying, for lack of a better word, to play with just the pick. So it's really a gate opener for some of the non-orthodox licks. And the way to get hybrid picking technique down is to get rid of a big wrist movement. Because if you do that, your hybrid finger is just going to fly all over the place. It's going to look like you're giving everybody finger, and you're going to be missing the strings. So you're going to have to get used to this kind of thumb joint movement. If you do that, then the hybrid finger stays in the same spot all the time. That's important. Oh, I make you want to play your Fender, Paul. That's awesome. Pavel or Paul, however pronounced. That's awesome, man. Play your Fenders, man. They're awesome. PTV on Instagram, where I'm from. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. How about you, mate? Where's everybody from? It's always interesting to know. So let's try some more and see if you can see my hybrid finger in action here. Ozzy from Austin, Texas. That's awesome, man. A lot of good music coming from Texas. Bluefingers from India, man. How you doing? That's a country I haven't been to. Cool. So today I'm going to have to make it a little bit shorter. We had a little incident here. The kids were going to the cinema and they're going to see this new anime movie with it's called, I think, Demon Slayer, or is it Dragon Slayer? Demon Slayer. And they bought the tickets as soon as they came out and said like, yeah, from 7 years old. And now all of a sudden they changed the age limit. So they can't go on their own anymore because I have one that's 11 and one that's 16. So the one that's 11 is too young to go without a parent. So I'm gonna go to the movies with them and see a movie I have very little interest in. But I think it'll be fun. But that means I'm gonna have to stop now. And it saddens me because I was actually planning on doing a long live stream this Saturday evening. That's just the way it is. There'll be more opportunities for sure. And I think the kids need me this evening. But it's been awesome chatting, and hopefully you were able to extract some knowledge out of this cable mess or whatever. And I sure had a lot of fun because you've been wonderful. And I've been Christopher Dahl. See ya. Cheers.